Hi there, if you are joining me and tuning in, today I am making some balloon princesses and they are centerpieces, and I thought it might be fun to share this process or go live at the same time while I'm making it so you can see how it goes. So it's not really a tutorial, but what I will be doing is twisting up a couple of princesses. So there is Ariel, there is Belle, there is Cinderella, and there is um, Rapunzel. So those four princesses are going to be four different centerpieces, and I'm just going to be working on it. So I'm just going to get to it. I might talk a little bit along the way. I might cut the stream off early if I find that I'm starting to run out of time. But right now it is just on 11:30 in a couple of minutes, and yeah, I've got 4 hours to leave this house and deliver these balloons. For 4.5 hours time. But yeah, so I'm starting the bases. They are in Qualitex Pearl Pink, and I'm using my magenta. I've already gone ahead to make one, and this is inflated to 1.8 on the legenda, and this one here is 6. Yeah, let's get it straight. And I've just expelled a little bit of air to help make them look a little bit more rounded. And here's another I prepared earlier. Yeah, if you have any questions, if I see them, I will answer them. Tell me if there is, I've got some background music playing. If it's a bit loud, tell me. I bumped that. I wasn't inflating anything. So while the legenda isn't really, the legenda mini isn't really for decor, if you are only using it for a small amount, what I am, I'll just use it because it's quick. And precision inflation is awesome. Just, moving a notification. All right. I have sufficiently inflated enough of those. Okay. So now I'm going to inflate to 6. So just going to set that to 6. chair out of that one. So to make the clusters, like I said, inflated to 6 on the. So to make the clusters, like I said, inflated to 6 on the agenda. And I'm just going to add in that, taking one of the nozzles from the below cluster. Just put that aside. So if you are watching and you have a suggestion for which princess I should start first, let me know. I was thinking I might do the mermaid one, but I am open to hearing a suggestion and I can start with that one. Thought that was going to pop. Bit of air out to help round it off. I think that's a bit small though, so I'm going to redo it. So these 4 centerpieces are for a birthday party and they need to be delivered to Flip Out. So that is just, the party's at 4 o'clock. So, yeah. So, and underneath nozzle. So later I'm going to add a water weight to each of those as well, just to help give them stability. So I just need to finish the last base and I'm on to the princess. So again, if you're watching and you've got a suggestion which princess to start with, let me know. So there was the Little Mermaid, there was Belle, there was Rapunzel, and there was Cinderella. Hello Thomas, welcome. I am making 4 centerpieces of 4 princesses. So that is Ariel, that is Belle, that is Cinderella, and the tangled one, Rapunzel, yes. So yeah, should hopefully be good. And last 2 to inflate. So yes, if you have a preference, maybe Thomas, of which balloon I start making first, tell me. Happy to hear it. so the bases are made. I'm going to get into a princess, and the one I was instinctively going to start with was the Little Mermaid because she's pretty cool. Now I've got all these balloons in front of me. It's a little bit of a mess, that's why you're not going to see it. Ha 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 ha. However, I did kind of prepare all the ones I need, or that I think I'm going to need. So the struggle that I found was I'm low in some balloon colours, and wouldn't you know it, I pretty much had no red left, so that was a bummer. I sorted through all my loose kind of balloon bags, ones that look a little bit like this, and I took out all the red which I could find, which happened to be 2 balloons, maybe one 160 and actually 2 260. So I have decided that the hair is instead going to be the what color is that? Oh, I'm having a blank right now. Wildberry. So she's going to be a wildberry one. So yeah, I think that's close enough to be able to get away with it. Now, I told the customer the balloon centerpieces would be approximately 40 to 55 centimeters tall, including the balloon bases. But yeah, to give you a bit of an idea, I anticipate it to maybe be about this high in finished pieces, and I'm going to use the 12-inch quick link for all their heads. But for the mermaid, I'm going to look at actually making it her head and body. So this is a technique which I've been looking to do a tutorial on, and I haven't yet. I stumbled across the idea one day when a friend of mine, who is Madam Twister, she liked the tutorial that I'd done, and she said, "Can you do it without 350 balloons?" And I thought to myself, could you? And I realized you easily could. So previously we've got a quick link just for the head, and then I was attaching a 350 for the body. And if you watch any of my tutorials, that's the way I've shown how to do a mermaid. But this one, once I came up with the thought for it, I'm like, yeah, actually we can get the body and the head out of one balloon, negating the use for an extra one. And then I translated that idea over to the Princess Jasmine one. So I thought, yeah, it was an aha moment for me. And what I think is really good with balloons, and you can get the inspiration from anyone, is what if you do it some way different to what you've already done? How can you make do with the balloons that you do have? So yeah, I always encourage you to be thinking that, because yeah, I said yes to this job, forgetting that I really probably didn't have red. Ha ha ha, joke's on me. But I've got 350 reds. If I have to, I would use those, and I would double stuff or stretch inflate. So that's the beauty of balloons. If you've got enough of an assortment, you might be able to get away with doing something different. Anyway, I'm going to inflate this. So it's fairly big, that's about the size of my head. So we want room for that air to go. So this is where the arms are now going to go. So it's easier to do this with a 6-inch quick link, that's for sure. Oh, I can hear my cherubs laughing at the toilet. But yeah, I think that's just a really useful way to do something like this. I'm looking for my 160s for the arms. something I would encourage you to think about when you're making balloons as well. If you've always done something in a particular way, what happens if you try and do it a different way? Because sometimes that's where our best ideas come from. We take for granted if something's a standard way to do something, where you're just waiting to discover the next best technique for you to use in your toolkit. I always think of a complete beginner once when I was doing a balloon workshop, when I was saying, yeah, this next part of it's a bit difficult. It's the roll through of the balloon to make the floppy dog, yada yada. And they said, why not do it this way? And the way that they suggested it, I was all like, that's an aha moment. That was a really good idea. Oh, hello, Tisna. Nice to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. I am making a Princess Ariel right now. Hopefully, ha ha ha. So I'm going to use 260s for most of the hair, but I will also incorporate 160s. At what time? It is currently quarter to midday, so 11:45. What time is it where you are? And in the morning, obviously, there's a lot of daylight. A good time of day, yeah, for casual YouTube browsing. That's pretty cool. Oh, awesome. 9:11 p.m. Cool. Just here, I am taking that 260 all the way down and into the area behind the pinch twist at the front. Finishing off like so. Oh, I missed that question. Saturday night, 10:15. Oh, cool. So that's half an hour ahead. That's cool. That's cool. Are you're also in the US, are you, or you're in the UK, Tom? Oh, was that as loud for you as it was for me? Sorry. Okay, yep. Oh, and it is Sunday here, which is also Anzac Day in Australia. So there happens to be a birthday party at their local trampoline place later on today as well. And that is what these balloons will be for. So for now, for this princess, I will be looking to attach other bits of balloons to these areas. First pot, that's the chain. To save it. Now, depending on how I feel about it, like right now, I feel those arms are a little bit too thin for the body. I might actually swap them out for 260s later. We will see, we will see. Now, the thing here with this as well, I said I didn't have any red. I also don't have many of those wild berry, so fun, always a little bit of fun, but I'm confident I can make it work just fine because I have to be. So I do have these 350s which stretch inflation if I need to have more 260s, if I need more 160s. Well, I've actually just got 3 of them, so joke's on me. But like I said, I'm sure I can make it work. Get used to doing that. But it definitely highlights to me that I need a balloon order. So we've been really lucky here in Australia, particularly where I live. We haven't had any lockdowns, border lockdowns, yes, but it's pretty much been work and business as usual. But I do think people are particularly choosing to celebrate more this year because it was harder last year. So at this point, I've got quite a few bookings coming up. Or I say quite a few for me. Because working full time as well, I don't want to be pumping out balloons 24/7. So that, yeah, it works out nice. But yeah, there's definite need for me to order more balloons, and hopefully my supplier is going to have the colours that I need. We'll see. Time will tell. I think customers have got to be a bit more understanding anyway. I'm going to curl that one because curling's fun. Probably won't incorporate it yet, but in a short while, maybe something like that. But I think I want to take the 350 to add a bit more bulk into her hair. So you can see how the stretch inflation made it look a bit more like a 260. Some aspects of the design might not be how I would do it should I have all my choice of balloons available. But as long as the end result is something that looks beautiful and I think that I'm proud of and something I'm happy to give to my customer, then that's is, hey, I'm doing it live. What if I hate what I'm doing live? Do I pretend to love it? Probably. Oh, I love it. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, sorry. But no, yeah, I think it's coming out okay so far. Come back. Yeah, right now, I feel there is a very strong argument for doing 260 arms instead of the 160 I originally chose. So with a 6-inch quick link head body combo, definitely the 160 arms is. But if it is the bigger balloon, I really think the 260 is the way to go. Bit long. I really think that's going to help her look more proportionate. Have I introduced you to my pin cushion? Yeah, she is very useful here in my sewing room. She is got a bit of fluff on her. I actually made the pattern for this myself when I was creating a doll design, so part of my original prototypes, and I'm like, you know what, I don't just want to leave that head sitting around, I'm going to make good use for it. So it's perfect, I think, for having my pins in for sewing, but then I can easily grab a pin to pop balloons I don't want as well. And then safety pins and longer sewing needles are just attached into the hair, so it's very useful. Worried some of the other balloons will go out in sympathy, but just fix them if they do. Yeah, immediately that I think. So I'm going to take one of my other 160s. If you're keeping count, I've only got one left after this. It in one of these pinch twists I've done down here. pretty cute. Like the princess, she's got a very floppy and magnificent fringe, but I think this also reads really well as who she is. You've just got to decide if this spiral does belong, and if so, where. Now, it might have served me better as just a straight balloon, but in this instance, I think I'm going to use it. So if you've just tuned in, I am making 4 Disney princess centerpieces. The first one I'm making is Ariel, and then I'm also making Belle, Cinderella, and Rapunzel. So if you have any suggestions on which one I should make next, please let me know. Almost not needed, but like I said, it's gonna stay. Boop. Okay, no. I've got to give her a tail. Tail, tail, tail. Just trying to have a think about how I want to do this tail. Green is actually another colour I didn't have as much of as I would have liked, so guess what's on my shopping list? Red and green. I think I might do a braided kind of tail. Oh look, perhaps not with those balloons. Or hey, that could be cool. Just deciding if I feel fancy and doing some balloon distortion for the tail. If I can only find one of these, then I'm not feeling fancy. If you feel me. I'm not fancy, nope. I'm pretty sure I go over this technique on one of my videos as well, where I've made a mermaid. These spring greens look a bit sus. Throw in some dark green. I've got a better idea. Dark green still. So this is for her tail fins at the or flippers at the end. So similar to how I do my turtle flipper. away with something like tapping the tail, but that, in comparison, that's not going to work. Comparatively speaking, that's not great either, I think. I mean, it's cute-ish. But I can see it's not going to really suit, again, with the comparative thickness, so no regrets. Let's try that with the 2/16. Trying to tip me somewhere there. Oh, yes, yeah. Sorry, I did not see these other questions. But yeah, thanks, Tom. Yeah, I agree that the 260 does look a lot better. Presumably we're talking about the arms end, but I think it's going to really work better for the tail too. So while this might look a little bit all over the place, I'm just going to go over and take the farthermost one and just do an over under and swapping those around. Honestly, it doesn't need to be very long to stay in proportion here. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot more. This little matte pastel green. Even here I'm thinking, that torso's a bit long. I'm going to do this. A bit cuter. Watch your space. Hi there, Giselle. Oh, thanks, Artisma. I'm glad you like it. I think sometimes, luckily, pulled it off enough with the balloons that I have. If I can get away with this, this will be nice. Sometimes I do something like this to the body, and I don't think I need to do it in this occasion. So Just going to take my scissors and reduce the amount of air that I've got in here. I think that's a good amount, and because I just snipped a little bit close to the knot, get away with it. I'm just going to grasp the knot, and it's this area here that I am going to twist into the design as opposed to, you know, this kind of area. So I think I might add a pinch twist here and here to help with stability. It would be cute if I can get it to sit up like that. Added in those twists, which has helped change the dynamic a bit. Oh, that was loud. Oh. All right. It's a bit better. No more of that, you balloons. And just to help that, I might just secure it in place. We'll see how it looks. Favorite. I probably should have done that pinch twist there because you can see there's a bit going on there, but I think I'll worry about that more later. So once I've attached it, I'm deciding the best way to get her looking her very best, because it might be that it doesn't matter in the end, rather than fiddling around just to put in that one pinch twist now. Anyway, if I play with it too much more, I might go crazy. Haha. Which one should I do next? Ugh. So I was thinking, maybe Princess Belle. Let me know if you think otherwise. So she's got the yellow dress and she has brown hair. Nice. This is my time. Okay, pretty good. Since I want all my princesses to be similar in appearance, like with their head sizes and all that jazz, I just need to make sure that I inflate this at a similar size, because before I used the single balloon to get the head and body, I had to inflate that one a little bit bigger overall. So this one is definitely a smaller size and it's maintaining its roundness a bit more. I'm just going to bring up a inspiration picture on my computer to make sure it's close enough. There's a lot of yellow in that gown. A lot of it. Wow. So I have yellow rounds, which I'm going to be extracting from here to use. I thought to use some yellow love hearts as well, or instead of, except I only had 3. I thought I had more, but I couldn't find the bag to verify that. But I've got more than enough yellow rounds, so I think that would be great. So yeah, there's a lot. Plenty for this princess. So I'm going to use 4 clusters per tier of dress, and probably only doing about 3 layers of those. So that would take 12 balloons, and hopefully I've got 12. I'm pretty sure I've got 12. In excess of 12. You silly. Alright, because yeah, that worst case scenario, I go digging through these kind of bags. I can see there's yellows inside these whites from a double stuffed pastel garland I did once. Okay, yeah, so I've got 17 at least here to work with in front of me, so nice. And now, if you saw earlier on, these balloon princesses are going on these balloon based clusters. When I inflated this one, it was 2. Sorry, I'm trying to think. 1.6? Was it 1.6? Yeah, I'm just trying to think. So it's something like I would want to do a bit less. Let's see what 1.6 looks like. Maybe it was only 0.6 on the legenda. I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than that. Yeah, that's 0.6. So just putting that timer on. Sorry if you can't see it very well, but that's 1.6 now. Before it was 0.6. Yeah, that looks a lot more similar to the other sizes. The seasons have just changed here from being the wet season, and now it's starting to transition into the dry season. So the weather outside is beautiful, but it's coming into the sneezing season. Oh, you're going. So thank you so much for joining me, Tom. I appreciate you coming on while I'm live, and I will see you next time. Always good to see you. Yeah, I think almost with this centerpiece, it would have been really cool to not have a balloon at the base and just go straight into this being a tier of skirt. But I kind of wanted it to be similar in design throughout. So that's why I've decided to do it in this way. But so after the bell, I will have the Rapunzel and Cinderella to still do. Fun. So I'll probably do them in a similar way. So when I tie together my clusters, strap a couple of times before tying. In. I might do the next couple of layers before I do that. So I am going to slightly reduce the size. I might take that down to 1.4. Still letting a bit of air out. I want to try and keep those round. Yes, I've got this pump here, Giselle, and it is the Legenda, the mini one. So it's really good. It's got this feature where you can, I call it the precision inflation, but basically always inflate it to the same size. Just to really help, not recommended for large scale decor, but in the manner in which I'm using it, I wouldn't consider that to be. My pump of choice for small balloons. Once upon a time I was like, I don't want one of those because it'd be too noisy, but while yeah, it's got a bit of noise, it's you barely notice it realistically. So I'm just going to take one of the nozzles from this cluster. There is a danger of pulling too tightly and really making the balloons compete for space. So just something to be cautious of. And sometimes it's good to also get a nozzle from the top and bring it down in. Doing some figure of eights into there, just to really bring that together. Yeah, so now I'm going to reduce it right down, and I think I might do 0.4. We'll see what that looks like for the third tier. So now just reducing that down. Yeah, I think that's actually a decent size, so let's make it so. So little. So when I'm under inflating my balloons, I just make sure get that on the nozzle as much as possible before I hit inflate, so it starts inflating directly into the top of the bulb. Doesn't waste time filling up other areas. So see how snug that's put on. Really getting those really close together. If you're wrapping that several times around each nozzle, that should help do the trick. Oh, it's a cute itty bitty cluster. Practically builds itself, this one. But she is going to need a bodice and arms, of course, and she does wear glamorous long gloves, so mostly yellow arms, I would say. Now for this one, I'm going to, I think, I'm tossing up between using a 350 and a 260. My preference is to use a 260, sorry, a 350. Let's see if I've got one. Okay, so the signs point to no, so okay. Let's make sure it's not in my scrap bag. I do have some of the wiggly balloons. It's so cool. I might be able to get away with using this. Let's see. So she's got some off the shoulder action happening here. Thanks, Belle. Alright. So I'm going to see if I like getting away with it in using this wavy balloon. And if I don't, I'll go ahead and do the 260. Loving how that looks. Hang on. She'll let more air out of that one. Might be able to get away with it. It looks pretty puffy. Decent. All right. Just making sure before I pop that. Twist off the safety bubble. And yeah, that is starting to come undone. Too bad, I think, but what I'm going to do is assess. So this one is Princess Belle, if you're just tuning in. I think she would benefit from having a little bit of a bodice area too. So, trying to think how to best do it. If I had a quick link, that would be ideal, but I don't have it in yellow, which is less ideal, but not impossible to work with. What I might do, the beautiful design by Ken Stillman is a classic, I think, using a heart for the bodice. I say bodice, sorry, for the, it is the bodice really actually. So I'm going to look to incorporate those two together, see if I like how that's looking. It's not the shape I'd like to see, so I'm going to play around a bit. So I've just caused the frictions here and there so that I can release some of that air, as well as stop it from being tracking to the side. I think that'll do. This pinch twist here is really one of those ones that's given me shoes. So we're not friends. But let's see how it goes. I am willing to do that part again if I need to. I'm going to get the balloon for her arms. As I said, yellow gloves. Yes. Just a really basic arm. So if you're just tuning in, I'm making 4 centerpieces of 4 different princesses, and it is for a birthday party that is later today. So currently it is 12:30 and the birthday party is at 4 p.m. So in another 3 hours I want to be leaving my house. I don't think I'm going to stream for that long because that's a long time. But also I might start getting a bit frantic and panicking. So again, if you have tuned in, this is, she's not finished obviously, but this is where I'm at with Ariel. And I'm working on Belle, and the next is going to be Rapunzel or, sorry I keep having a blank, Cinderella. I hate that, I really do, it's bugging me so much. I feel better. I made that decision. So I'm using this curly balloon because I don't have 350 in yellow. Which would be my balloon of choice in this instance. sorry for any loud box. It is a bit horrible, isn't it? So going back to this heart. Oh, that is awesome. I'm glad to know that, Autisma. What movie is he watching? I went last night to see the new Mortal Kombat movie with my sister and best friend, or one of my best friends, and it was actually a bit disappointing. I had such high hopes for that movie, and those high hopes were dashed. I'm not going to spoil for anyone who has not seen it. Like, hello. What's the word I'm looking at? Yeah, so like, I absolutely loved the Mortal Kombat movie from 1995. I thought it was amazing, and given my name's Sonia, and Sonya Blade is so amazing, that was maybe one of the reasons why I fell in love with that movie. And the new Sonya is really good. Like, she was perfect, I think, in the role. But just overall, the movie didn't have the same vibe, I thought. Oh, I think I know the movie you mean, Artisa. Alright. That's how she's looking. So I'm going to bring that in. So just wrapping it into those clusters a few times to help really get that in there, especially since I like the shorter bodice or stomach, chest, whatnot on the princess. And I've just at this point attached that quick link into one of those arm pinch clips. If I was using a quick link here, I would just tie what I've got for the tummy straight to the head. But this one's, particularly when hair is added, is going to be just fine. And you can see it's not sitting off center. Excuse me. For now, it's happy to be where it is. All right, so I started arms, didn't I? What? Where? How? Okay. Because my customer's not, paying top dollar, like they're, well enough compensated. But there's certain things that I'm doing more basic, keeping to the feel of the princesses. So I might choose to have done this in a different manner had I been looking to do this in a different way. But 3 pinch twists, I think, serve nicely for the top of the glove, just to hide the mechanism. I'm going to put it into one of those arms. I said before that this is an off-the-shoulder dress, so we want to have a little bit of shoulder happening here. And now this is where the head is trying to come back this way. And I am going to help encourage it to be where I want it to be by adding that pinch twist in. Bum, bum, bum. I'm not bothered. This is the face of an unbothered person, because I think deep down I wasn't satisfied with that bodice. We'll go with that anyway. So this pinch twist here, that could be the front of the neck, but it's not. So I think I'm going to have that hidden behind in the hair. I was actually planning to get it in the out of the way here, because it can really interfere with the way the hair sits at the back. One small little bubble like that. Alright, so given the bodice of my bell has gone, I am going to do a different tack on that. So I'm going to just throw in a balloon raisin, I think. A balloon raisin is like putting a bead inside the balloon and helps you to get that extra anchor point. So in the absence of having a quick link, it serves that kind of purpose. So I'm just knotting up a scrap quite a bit. I've got a video on how to do a raisin twist, which could be really useful for anyone new to that kind of concept. But basically putting in that scrap inside so I can grab onto that. Hear it rattling around, it's going to do its job. So I don't want this balloon to be very big at all. So I'm happy with it. Might tie a scrap to that. So you don't always have to tie the scrap in there. It can be incorporated into a design by just grasping this and twisting. But since I've kind of already made the structure and I'm wanting to incorporate this as a separate piece, I think it's going to be smarter for me in this instance to do something like this. I'm going to connect this end to that neck pinch twist, and that's going to secure it into there. I think that'll be the way to go. Not convinced, but I think it could provide a cute shape. I don't think it's ideal for the princess. Yeah, not okay. All right. That's the fun of doing these things live. You don't always know the way in which you're going to do something. I think I'm going to go back to using the heart for the bodice. But I'm really underinflating that. You wouldn't know it's a heart, would you? Just being really strategic about the size and placement of these bubbles I'm twisting off. Still holding on from before there. I lost it. I'm going to twist that in. I was going to encourage it to move over. Get rid of that. Alrighty, so I think that's going to do before I go crazy. Ha ha ha. And I'm going to do the other arm. Close enough. And bring one in. All the noise. Okay, so I'm just going to get that into my balloon clusters. I think I want to try and make that waist a bit shorter. But yeah, I think I got it to where I want it to be. So I doesn't want a friction tear, so I'm just going to help it along very gently, holding my breath. So for those of you who might be new to tuning in, I am making 4 princesses. There is Ariel, who has been somewhat completed. There is Belle, who is almost ready. I'm going to be adding her hair. And then there's going to be Rapunzel and Cinderella. Now if I get some time, I think I would like to incorporate some goldenrod into the design as well. I think that might be nice to help break up all that yellow. Now her hairstyle, she's got long hair but also with a bun, so that's what we're going to look to achieve with this next part. Sometimes it looks a bit blah, I think, until you add the hair. And that can really help make you much happier with the design once it's got hair. So I feel I'm going to do her hair quite similar in fashion to how I was doing Ariel's before. That is giving it that length in a similar way. Speak, she knows. But if I go ahead to do that, but as well as keeping in mind that I'm going to have a bun in the hair, that is the goal. Get the rest of the sanitizer off. Lots of mocha, unlike some of the other colours at the moment, so there's no stress on getting this one best right in terms of working with a limited amount of balloons like I did with Princess Ariel. So I can be a little bit more carefree, if you will. On hers, but it's not too late to do that. So I'm going to have a couple of pinch twists in the hair that's coming up and down the side, but I'm also going to have one sort of towards the back of the head where I can add in a bun. You can hear the dreaded something's going on over here. There's a shiver there. Give her a new shoulder surgery. Oh well, but I've been lucky so far, haven't I? Not too many misfortunate things. Oh, she said that a bit too soon. I've got lots of 260 blush as well, so no panic. Shoulder reinstated for now. I will ensure that it's kept on hand for emergency surgeries. Alright, back to the hair business. So she so far had what looks like this, a bit boring, but I'm going to now put in the second mocha balloon. Needs to be in the middle. So I'll go back up this way. I don't think I'm going to achieve what I want to out of this balloon, but I might still have use for it later, so I'm not getting rid of it. But as I do the next one, that can stay, and I'll work around that one until it gets removed entirely or it becomes incorporated in the design. I'm going to bring it to about this point, add in my So I'm going to leave this one. This one for now, I think I'll get rid of. I mean, I could keep it there, but I don't think it's going to serve much use. Just a hunch. So just having a closer look at my inspiration picture. Yeah, she's got bangs, or not even bangs, kind of, but she's got the big voluminous fringe. Kind of brought these balloon parts here more down towards the shoulders, and what I've done here, bring them out to the side. So it wasn't my original intent to do it in that way, but I think it's kind of working. So sometimes we lean into those moments. But if I hate it, I'll change it up somehow. I think that's working for her so far. So, again with Ariel, ran some 260s until I ran out of 260, and then no, actually no, these are all 350 here with some stretch inflation, because I actually ran out of 260s and 160s, plenty of 350s, but so I had to change up how I might typically approach it, but it worked out for the best, I think. I'm going to go ahead to add in at least one 260 to give her hair length, and I'm going to also incorporate a twisted, excuse me, balloon like I did for Ariel. Kind of use this 260 to cinch in those back hair pieces a bit together to help it more when it stay in place, and to hide some of the bits I was best pleased of at the back. And so what you can see there, let's cover it up. I'm just going to kind of slot that into the space. And I'm twisting it a little bit shorter above it, so it kind of makes sense. But you can see how that taking away that unsightly junction in the back. So sometimes it isn't perfect, but it looks close enough too. Just going to give her another bit of hair. So it's always good if you think there's a balloon that you can make use of to keep it incorporated as long as you need, but at one point it might have to go. I'm thinking I might bring that down into here, do that pinch twist. It's not bad. But I want to then be able to do it to the other side. And my other thing is I need a bun, so can take the opportunity as well to hide that pinch twist. Trying to decide how much is enough. The other thing with her, I'm starting to notice she's suffering from that looking at the ground. So what I can do is get something happening back here, which will be hid by the hair underneath, to pull that back down. I'll worry about that later though, because for now it's not going to affect what else I want to do. Look nice there. Oh, sorry, stand up. I'm worried there might be a bit too much going on in the front to take away from the face. Anyway, so bun. It's got a bun. It didn't help a lot for my knees actually. To build her bun, I'm going to do a couple of twists like this. Similar to how I built the Sailor Moon hair. Oh, the fairy inspired by Sailor Moon hair, I should say. That's video you can check out if you wanted more info. But by putting these twists in, I find that it's more successful in nestling into the other balloons that are around. As well as to help kind of give the impression of the strands of hair, which is kind of cool. And for the last one, you can just go ahead to make it nice and smooth. Keeping it in pretty loose. Just going to bring in the old snips. Just for fun, I bet you can't guess how much money I paid for those scissors. They saw me coming, and they're actually sewing scissors, so they should not be touching balloons. But they're actually so pretty. So add the iodinized metal look. It's a beautiful rainbow. They are Tula pink. Anyway. So, as I mentioned earlier, for those of you who missed it, it is 4 centerpieces, 4 princesses. Next is Belle or Rapunzel. If you've got any suggestions, sorry, I put it down. Next is Cinderella or Rapunzel, so you can let me know which one you think I should do next if you have a preference. And I'm just going to add in some blue here to help stop her from looking down. And I also think I want to curl a 160 because that's cute and fun and helps matching a bit more with her princesses. Ooh, Frida Kahlo would be interesting. Yeah, I might have to try her one day. Yeah, if definitely, if that is someone who you would like to see, I'm more than happy to consider that. I think she would be a fun character to try and capture in balloons. So the lady who's hiring me to make these balloons, I used to work with her. So I work for the government where I live, and she also did at the time, and still does, I think, but in a different area now. But yeah, so it's, I think, her niece's birthday, and it was a last minute request for the 4 princesses that I am making. Incorporating in this manner. Let's do that thing where I said I was going to pull their head back a bit. Brown or yellow, I think I will go with brown. Such a bright, beautiful sunny day out there, and the time is now just on 1 o'clock. So I have 2.5 more hours creating. Yeah. My kids are being bribed to disrupt me. I'm actually really impressed that they haven't. Just going to transform my posture. It is pushing things out of the way a little bit, so I'm just going to reassess that. She's leaning a bit to the side, and I think that comes from the way the love heart bodice happened to be working out. But that's something I can play with it, I think, until it's not really noticeable. Picture. So might wrap a bit of yellow and do a little bow around her hair bun just to make that look a little bit more beautiful. I don't even know if there's a bow on it or if it's just wrapped around, but a bow helps to hide the mechanism. Disappointed they didn't ask for an Elsa. Elsa was so easy at this point. I just wrapped it around there, and I took the loose end and wrapped it into the bun area. But I think it's looking pretty cute. Her on that centerpiece, to be honest. change my mind later when I see it all together. I think she's pretty cute. So I need to go to the bathroom, I'm sorry. But when I come back, I might start working on, I want to say Rapunzel. Oh, we'll see. Hang on, I'll be back. Yeah, Rapunzel should be fun. Not yet. Sorry, I'm going to go to the toilet. No, I'm not done. I'm just in the bathroom. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My children were like, "Are you finished?" I'm like, "Nope." But yeah, so see if there was a. Sorry. Okay, no request as to who gets started next. Ariel has the tail looking a bit sad. Oh well, there'll be time to fix that. Like I said earlier, if I start panicking and go, oh, I really need to amp this up a notch, I might end the live stream. But for now, like, I think we're doing okay. Let's have a look. So Rapunzel, I think, will be fun because she's got that beautiful long braid and she's got a purple gown. So just thinking about it. For Rapunzel, Rapunzel, I don't know why I keep having a mental blank. I'll probably do her in a similar fashion that I did for Belle. If you heard me complain, earlier I said I didn't have enough love hearts to do Belle's dress with love hearts in yellow. This time I don't have enough purple rounds to do the same thing, so I think I'm just going to change it up by using this Metallics purple hearts. Just trying to decide the merits between doing, because she's got a couple of different purples in it, so maybe I could use dark purple for most of the skirt and then go into the light purple for the bodice. So I could get away with that, but also I don't know that the purple is dark enough. It's not top dollar that's getting paid. I think whatever I think looks nice will work. These are probably all the spring lilacs that I have. And the quality looks questionable. I do have a number of the purple. Yeah, I think I have enough. I mean, yes, I do have enough dark purple to do the whole thing in dark purple, but do I want to do love hearts instead? I like the idea of using love hearts for sure, but as we discussed earlier, well, when we did the bell, the sizes decrease in size, and the hearts aren't really going to read as hearts when it gets to that big. And will it look too out of place when compared to the others? These are the considerations. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I've got a few of these, quite a few of the purple hearts, so. And given the metallic hearts have more definition in the lobes, the smaller we get in size, it might still be well enough to find. Let's see. So, threading the nozzle on quite a ways onto this legenda. Normally I stick my finger in the middle as it's inflating to really help make it be more defined. It's not as necessary in the hearts, that's for sure. I mean, the metallic ones. I think it's a really sweet way to incorporate hearts in an unexpected manner. Definitely no, I'm not the first to do that, but it's just something really sweet about it, isn't it? So let's see how I go at reducing that size. So I would overinflate first. So while it's not as pointed here, the emphasis more is on this part of the balloon, so I think it's going to work. So I'm just wrapping those twice, at least around each other to get them in nice and close. This time I'm not using the precision inflation because I kind of forgot to. But they're small enough that you can eyeball it in getting very similar sizes. Oh, so cute. But next layer is going to be the smallest layer, and I'll be interested to see how nicely we can get it to look. How nice. So I'm going to just grab the neck from here. Darker ends, but I'm not going to be too worried about that. We as balloon people often see things more than non-balloon people do, so our secret. There's not a lot of definition, but there's still something there. But I think, excuse me, I think that it still looks decent. I think is going to look really nice when doing Rapunzel is incorporating flowers into her long braid, because that is a lot of fun and it's a pretty look. But also I'm conscious of the time that I have and the fact that there's 4 princesses, and once I've made the balloons they need to do their faces. So I don't know how many love hearts I would have the chance to do. And you know what would be so awesome? If you can make them and pass them through the screen to me, that would be really helpful. Tisma, wouldn't that be great? Anyone watching, wouldn't that be amazing? It would really help me out. It's pretty cute, I think I do. Okay. Head. If I have a good head, it might give me some perspective. But so far, they are looking to be very similar in their heights. So let's be happy about that. Trying to get the size of the heads all similar. So another thing that I'd like to do once I've got all the princesses more or less made is add in some chrome or the reflex in some manner. I think that would be quite lovely. 350 Spring Lilac. It goes beautifully with the metallic purple. I don't have to worry about using these boogly ones like I did in Belle's bodice. So she's got a bit of purple, a little bit of pink going on, which is lovely, my kind of style. And I think that, yeah, purple is going to be the predominant colour, and any little extra bits that I add in, I'm going to use pink for. So it's about 2 hours before I want to leave my house. Done with these by then. Then my husband and kids and I were going to go to Nightcliff beach area. So if you are from Darwin, that is commonly called the foreshore, and it's a really nice place just to be. But the kids love going there to the beach. We know somebody's having a barbecue there from the appearance. So for this bodice, maybe I'll try something different. It was a pain in the butt doing that last one. I think I'd be happy with one like that. Anywho. Bring that into here. Kind of the same size. Doing it in this manner has, you won't be able to see it, you can barely see it, but there is a bit of a gap there. I think there is the opportunity to incorporate pink into that area, just because I can. But we'll see, won't we? So I'm just going to do that on both sides, I think. I kind of prefer having 2 bubbles in that area when I'm doing princess bodices. I feel like there's an area more for an arm to nestle into. just made the waist a bit wider than maybe the typical princess dimensions. I don't think it looks horrible. And that gap in the middle is now virtually non-existent. I mean, it's there, but it's not causing any issues to anybody, right? So good. I'll do this one. So she does not wear gloves, but she does have pink sleeves. And unlike Belle, her dress is not off the shoulder. She's got those beautiful puff sleeves going on. So I'm not going to want to have the little bit of skin that is showing on this one. But what I would do is yeah, I kind of think I can get away with not having it there. So, and taking this nozzle, bearing in mind this is different to how I did the last one, but taking that down into that area there. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how that's sitting. But yeah, sometimes I change it up. Sometimes the nozzle of the head bubble is right down into the base here, and other times I might have a pinch twist in this area, and that's where it's connected to. Oh, my skin's starting to split under the nail. That's unpleasant. Not happy with that. Ouch. Alright, so what colour is her hair? It is yellow. Again, lots of yellow, thankfully. The Cinderella also has yellow hair. So we do not wish to run out. That would be bad. Also starting to feel like I'm undercharged for these. Pictures that are all up on my screen right now is her hair is out. It's not braided, but I definitely want to do a braid. So the challenge when not putting a pinch twist in this area is to get everything sitting nicely without one. But it's entirely possible. You've seen my video on how to make the beautiful balloon hair. That's the one. It is very much what I did in there, and the hair was attached in its shoulder points. So I might very well do something in like that with this one if I think it needs it. I should know soon enough. And when one of my balloons, if I'm running out of space down this end, I'm not going to keep it around like when it was running out of space up that end. It's far more useful to me up here than down there. Some time ago. Sorry about this thing going blah blah blah. Oh, that's fun. Anywho, what was I saying? Yes, keep on going with the hair. The pinch twist is going to be in a slightly different spot as was last time because she's going to have a braid come up to the side. Follow the clay doodads. How cute is this? Don't break it, Sonia. I tried my hand at making a balloon polymer clay funnily enough, Rapunzel, which is here, based on a balloon design that I've done before. So she's really cute. But, oh, I dropped that. Also done this little balloon turtle. So I'd made this polymer clay design based off, let's break it, based off my balloon turtle design that I have. So I think it's like super cute. I've actually considered maybe doing tutorials on those kind of things. So it's kind of like balloons that last forever. Has anyone watching done polymer clay before? Basically plastic once it's heated up, or it is, but yeah, it hardens and it's kind of set. See how, because the 260s are just getting twisted in at the nozzle of the neck, it's causing a bit of disconnect to happen, and that's where connecting hair in, what am I focusing, sorry, connecting the hair into the shoulder part areas can really help to, that's what I'm looking for, pull the design back in. Maybe if I centre that on my face, there'll be less in and out. I'm really sorry about that. I don't think it was that bad before. I'm just going to pinch this down. I've done that a bit shorter, it seems, and this one probably a bit longer. It's really pulled away inside the head. Sorry, it keeps disconnecting, like that kind of sucks. I apologise for that, my internet mustn't be great. Maybe it's a sign to stop streaming. Oh. Just considering what I'd like to do with these, with the end of that bit. I think it might be nice to bring it into the shoulder. And like I said, to help bring the head down. But I'll worry about that more soon. Stop auto-focusing. Just focus on my face. I am going to pull out some balloons for the braid. So the princesses that I am making, if you're just tuning in, I have 4 to make. I have made 2, more or less. They might need some touching up. So we've got Princess Belle, and we've got Princess Ariel, who definitely needs a bit of fixing up, which I'll probably worry about when I put her into the balloon base. Doing Rapunzel, and there's going to be a Cinderella, and these are the balloon bases that are going on. Like, I almost feel like these stacked ones don't need the base, but I feel kind of somewhat committed to having them now, which conflicts me. But potentially, yeah, actually, I think my client will be pretty open to this next thought. If I were just to have Ariel sitting on a balloon cluster, which means I've regrettably wasted quite a few pink balloons, but oops. So I've just got these 3 260 balloons, which I'll put in at the pinch twist I've got here. And, oh, bye Dolly! We've lost one. It wasn't my nail. I don't think it was, but... started? What has started the panic? No, okay, not really panic, let's say. That doesn't set in till later. But oh my, I really don't have the luxury of too many balloons. Maybe, maybe not, but it's lovable enough, I guess. And with that, I think sometimes you can cover a lot of mistakes when you keep on going, so I don't always focus on fixing glaring problems until later. Ooh, yeah, that's a very good point about the trolls one. I have done a poppy before. It was a bit of time ago. I think I used a 660 for the head, 650. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to be considering of that. So thank you for suggesting that. My face. Sorry, I only glanced at that question for a second, so I hope I answered all responding to that. Nice and tight, minimize gappage. Kind of keep going until I think that it's probably enough, and then do a little bit more. After all, gal, she is Rapunzel. Cannot be skimpy. I think I will do a couple of pinch twists and finish that off. Pinch twist here to really wrap those ends into. And then I think I might, given the length I have left on this one and the unplated part, twist that in two and then work that into the nozzle. Point of I'm tired. Ain't no time for that. So I think I kind of want that hair to flow around the body a bit. Some challenges I see happening, but I I don't see this being undoable, unachievable. But we really need this hair to want to stay, or the head to stay in place, because it is tending to move around a bit. But I have a plan. I'm a woman with a plan. There's 260 that scrap should do. Oh my goodness, she's touched the carpet. And in general, I thought the carpet was clean. Just realised that it could be cleaner. It's actually a long weekend. Yeah, and if you're not in Australia or New Zealand, or a country that might be celebrating, or not celebrating, but remembering those who've fallen in the Great War, so this is Anzac Day. But we do have a long weekend for it. But there is a birthday party that I've been hired to make these balloons for, happening at 4 o'clock local time, and it is now 1:45 local time. Got my 160, but I think I wanted 260 before I use that. Alright. Oh! Ah! That makes my face sad. Oh, that was Ariel's tail. Fun. Okay, let's not worry about that yet. Can we just not worry about it ever? Yeah, that'd be nice. Right, so I'm going to help that head stay in position. 260s are going to help me achieve that. So it has the added benefit of not only when you position it just right, getting the head to stay in the one spot, but squishing that head more into the bodice, which I think looks a little bit cuter than certain things. Not all things, certain things. We've got things everywhere. This room's not big enough for all these balloons and all my doodaddies. So, as a means of taming this hair, I think we're going to want to use maybe some 160s to help it stay in place. See how we get away with knots. We'll find out. I think when the 260s come into the shoulders, it's not always immediately, I guess, obvious, but it really can help benefit the design. I try and make things look as beautiful on the back as I do the front. I think obviously for obvious reasons the front is far more important, but the back kind of needs to make sense too. Like at the moment I've just got the 160 looped around like that. I'm like, do I need to change it? Maybe. Do I have to? I don't think so. Is the front looking cute? I think it is. It does need some obvious adjustment. You know what I mean? As long as a lot of that front's looking good. And depending on how much effort you want or need to put into what you're creating, really help you determine how you might make or how far you want to go to tidy up that back area. So I think it's kind of gappy, but at the same token or time, it doesn't look bad and it doesn't distract too much from it. That's just being quite critical and really looking for reasons to say, I don't like this. Stop doing that. And for the rest of that uninflated 160, I'm going to knock stuff off my shelf. You can see that. But I am bringing it that pinch twist. And then I go, do I love it? Do I hate it? I love it enough to leave it for now. Or I'm ambivalent enough. Still sorting out that hair a bit. It's one of those things where, am I worrying about it too much now? Do I need to worry about it more later? Oops, actually just popped a pinch twist. Yeah. Just because she has an abundance of hair, this can kind of work for her, all this that's going on up here, but I, on the other hand, also think that I don't love how it's looking. And obviously, doing it live while people are watching you is different to doing it when no one is. So, but I still do ponder these kinds of things, I guess, as I'm making it. And I haven't really made a Rapunzel for quite some time, and if I have, I don't think that one is thick. So, it just forces me to think more about what I'm doing here. Kind of like sitting like that. We'll see if that's how it ends up. Oh, thank you, Morning Dove. I appreciate that. Thank you. And glad to have you here too. Around the back end and there she is towards the front. He said, don't hate it, not my fave. I think part of that is I think there is too much going on up here. In particular, I think that 260 needs to go. Or even repositioned. Okay, alright. Poor pinch twist. They're both disappeared. Okay. That might be a cause for concern. But I'm just going to mess for now. I think it's going to be okay. Normally, like, you have one, maybe two pinch twists, and it's not so bad if one goes, but if you have two and they both go, you're like, ugh, what's going to happen next? We'll wait and find out if it causes any of the subsequent balloons to come loose. I try not to panic too much because anything can be fixed. It just depends on how much time you have to fix it. That's where the panic might take over. The fact that I've got to drive about 20 minutes to deliver these balloons, I don't like that fact, but yeah. Obviously there's concern something could pop and get there. I think that one is time to go. Time to go. Just doing some playing. At this point it's clear she's got a lot of hair and that she's Rapunzel. And I don't think she needs symmetry except as a lot of her is living in the wild, right? So I think I'm okay with how that one's looking. Pretty okay. Cool. Do you think she needs a frying pan? Maybe leave me a comment if you think she does. Because a frying pan would probably actually fun. Speaking of fun, some of this room stuff off these balloons would be part of pre-delivery preparation. But so pink sleeves into the beige hands. And her sleeves are quite long, so what I think I'll do for the ends of the sleeve, so the arm is don't know connections. I'll keep it the same as Belle where I did 3. Those was the opposite though, gloves, not long sleeves. Yeah, scrap, definitely, yes. I think I had that one from where I used the shoulders for Belle, when I had that one bubble that popped. Shoulder bubble. So what's neat when you are giving sleeves, that bit can read very nicely as being the elbow. Not gonna lie, that part was a little bit stressful for some reason. I think I might use this as an opportunity to add some pink into the bodice chest area. Make sure things are fairly even on both sides, or in terms of length of arm. Cat hair. May have just heard a small pop. We'll find out. Okay, so centerpiece, or the balloons for centerpiece 4 are nearly done. Sorry, I said 4. Yeah, wishful thinking. 3. And then I have Princess Belle to go. Sorry, I said Belle. I've done Belle. Next to each other. Cinderella. Yeah. I think she is about, I'm happy enough at. I don't like what this pinch twist is kind of doing over there, but oh well. Maybe not thrilled with the look of what the 260s are doing there. Not thrilled enough to take action. Yeah, I think balloons are starting to pick up everything. I think that is probably the point that I want to get her to for now. So next Belle. Oh, next to Ariel, and as I said before, one of her tail fins popped. This side. Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to start on the next one, and I think I might stop recording there just because it's probably going to be very similar in looks to those other ones, and I think I want to take a 10-minute break, and I don't want to make you sit through all that. So thank you so much, especially those of you who've been joining me for quite some time. Thank you so much, Atisma. I appreciate you being here, and it's very good to see you. But also Morning Dove, thank you. It's great to have you. And Giselle, definitely, it's been really good to have your company while I've been doing all this. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, and everyone else who might have been popping in here and there and watching. Thank you so much for joining me. I will definitely share a picture later of the finished balloons. I may possibly go live a bit later when I'm doing the faces. Let's see how stressed this face is for that. But yeah, so thank you, and I will see you soon next time. I don't know, you know it.